Okay, so synthesis. Boy meets girl, A plus B is AB. What was the opposite of synthesis? That's a D. Decomposition. Boy and girl get in a fight and split up. Right? The next type we had was single replacement. Remember that? Sometimes you'll see it say single displacement. It's the same. Some people like to be replaced and some people like to be displaced. Same thing. This one we could go A, B plus C yields C, B plus A. Or we could go A, B plus D yields A, B plus B. So somebody's getting kicked out. The last one we talked about up here with the couples was double replacement or displacement. The this still can work here. And that was a couple went to the dance, got in a fight, and went home with somebody new. The positive is always written first, the negative is always written second. Okay, positive is always written first. Now there's one other that most kids just love. Okay, they like to see things explode, right? We call that combustion. And combustion happens when I have a carbon compound with some hydrogen, and I'm going to put in blue, because it's not always there, some oxygen, and maybe some nitrogen. Okay? They don't have to be there. Whoops. So oxygen and nitrogen don't have to be there. That's why they're sort of other colors. Plus oxygen, giving me CO2 and water. Okay, so we're not really going to be worried too much about these right here. So you can even just pretend like they're not even there. Okay? So you're just going to be worried about CXHY plus oxygen, CO2, and water. Now, right about this time of year when it's snowy and it's cold outside, the fire department's worried about this reaction. Why? Because people's furnaces aren't allowing enough oxygen, or the house isn't allowing enough oxygen in for the furnace to give complete combustion. So what happens is you get incomplete combustion, and when you have incomplete combustion, you don't make CO2, you make CO. And what's CO? Carbon monoxide. That's why we have this carbon monoxide, are supposed to have this carbon monoxide monitors in our house. So if our furnace isn't getting the air it needs to it, right, that we're aware of it before it gets too bad. Okay, because most people think they've got the flu when they get carbon monoxide poisoning. You get just like you would the flu. You get sick. You get sick to your stomach. You have throw up. You have the rays. You have the headache. You want to sleep. So it's the same kind of thing. So you need to make sure you're aware of that. So we've got these different kinds of reactions. These are the ones you're going to be responsible for. So let's practice and see how we can apply it to what you just picked up. I don't think I've picked one up, so let me go pick it up. Grab your voyage through equations, that worksheet. We're going to begin our voyage. So remember, as you come in, you need to make sure you pick up anything that's on that table.
This we did with the...
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That would have been good to
That's pre-tested, so now you're going to have a post-test. Okay, so let's look at number one. Number one, a couple, new couple, what type? Double displacement, good. Oh, and I need to get off that. What about number two? Oh, let's skip number two. Let's go down to number three. What about number three? What kind is that? Help me, what is it? What is number three? Combustion. Combustion, I've got carbon compound plus oxygen, giving me CO2 and water. That's going to be combustion. Okay? Let's look at number four. Single, couple, new single. What type? Single displacement, good. Now let's go back up and do number two. What was number two? Double displacement. And you know what? I left off one of the types. You see up there, what was one of the types that they said that we haven't talked about? Acid-base reaction. The only difference between an acid-base and a double displacement is, let me go back here. We're going to put another page in. An acid-base reaction has a hydrogen and something plus something and an OH, giving me water plus what we call a salt. So it's a double displacement reaction, but I have to watch out for the hydrogen, it didn't change colors, sorry, the hydrogen and the hydroxide, and that it made water. Because water is actually HOH, but we write it H2O. So it breaks up as a hydrogen and a hydroxide. Okay? Alright, you okay with that? Sorry, I forgot to give you that earlier. Alright, we're going to go forward. What about number 5? What do you think number 5 is? I'm falling apart. I have one thing and I fell apart. So it's decomposition. Whoops. What about number 6?
Synthesis.
2 things going to 1. Synthesis. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes. I want you to finish the rest, so then I'm going to have different people put it up on the board. So, do your best. I'll just come around and give you a number and have you put it up on the board. Actually, I wanted to go forward. You're welcome to talk to a neighbor or two. We did number 6, right? Do number 7.
I don't even know what that is though.
Okay, group, new group.
So that would be double.
We did number 8. Do number 9. No. We've got a group, new group.
Oh, so.
Group.
Oh, yeah, so double.
What number did I give you? 9, thank you. Number 10, I want you to put up. Number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14. And you can pick your color. Once you pick this up, you can choose a color. Put yours in. While you're doing that, I'm going to pass around some scratch piece of paper. Just keep the scratch piece of paper. We're going to be using it here in just a second. You can do whatever you'd like. This is just scratch. Yes. Sorry.
So I did this one that was on the
Okay,
top.
that's great. That's when it's just bigger. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just get it bigger.
Okay.
So you're good. We're doing. Oh, I forgot to do that. I forgot to do that one. I told you we were singing the song and everything. I forgot to do it. Yeah, it's one of those days.
Cool. Like that, you like circle that in your language. You get
Sorry. Goes on forever, huh?
How do you fix this connection?
Okay, how do we do? Okay, double displacement, single displacement, combustion, synthesis, single displacement, double displacement, decomposition, decomposition. Good job. Okay. Okay, now we are going to balance equations. Balancing equations, if you've lived here all your life, you did in 8th grade and 9th grade. Whether or not you remember it, you did it. I'm going to teach you another way to do it, okay? So, we're going to skip number 1 for a minute because it's a little bit more complicated. We're going to go to number 2, and I am going to put a white box up here so I can write on it underneath. This represents your piece of scratch paper that I gave you. So if you would take your scratch paper and put it right underneath. Now, underneath the arrow, you want to write the elements that are in that equation, leaving oxygen to very last and hydrogen to second to last. So you end in ho, 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 always, okay? So here I'm going to write NA, I, PB, S, and O. Just straight down like that. I just grabbed every element that was in there and I just wrote it down. Okay? Now I have to make sure, because I can't create or destroy matter. I have to make sure whatever I have on the left side of the equation is the same as what I have on the right side of the equation. So this is what I did. So that I can teeter-totter. So over here, I have 1 sodium. Do you see that? Over here, on the right, I have 2 sodiums. I've got to stop right there because I cannot create matter. So whatever I have on the left, I have to have on the right. So I have 2 over here. I need to put a 2 in front over here. And now I have 2 sodiums. Okay? Now my iodine, that 2 still comes through. So I've got 2 iodine on my left. On the right, I have, oh man. Okay, so now I got to go back and I got to change that 2 to a 4. That fixes my iodines, but screws up my sodiums. So now I go back and fix my sodiums. Okay? So over here on my sodiums, I'm going to put 2 in the front. Now my sodiums are fixed. Are they okay?
Yeah. How'd you get that for?
I put a 2 in front, and that 2 times 2 is 4. Because I had 4 over here and had to rebalance it.
So should you start with the biggest number then, just so that it's easier?
Not necessarily. Okay? It won't necessarily be easier. Okay, so now we're at lead, PB. 1 on the left, 1 PB on the right. Are they okay? Okay, so sulfur, that 2 comes through. So you got 2 sulfurs on the left. This 2 on the right goes through, so I got 2 sulfurs on the right. Are they okay? Alright, now, oxygen. 2 times 4 is 8 oxygens on the left. On the right, I also have 2 times 4, which is 8 oxygens on the right. I'm balanced.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, you don't write once. You never write once, you just leave it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm good. Everybody understand? Okay, let's go on to the next one. It's not awful. Okay, we'll grab another one. There's my paper, and you can fold it or twist it or turn it, whatever's easier for you. So nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen. Okay? So nitrogen, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Hydrogen, 3 on the left, 2 on the right. Okay, I need an even number. This is between 2 and 3. 6. So over here on the left, I'm going to put a 2, and over on the right, I'm going to put a 3. So I get 6 over here and 6 over here, but did I screw something up?
Your nitrogen.
Nitrogen's in now a 2 on the left. So I need to go back and fix it by putting a 2 on the right. I wanted to get a common factor, and that common factor was 6. Good question. Okay, now the oxygen. So over here I have 2, and over here I have 2, plus I have another 3, gives me 5. Oh man, that's an odd number, and I don't have the way to get even numbers on the left. Here's what you do just for a second. You can't leave it this way, but you can make it balance by putting 5 halves there. I get 5 oxygens, don't screw anything else up, right?
Well, why is it 5 halves?
Because 5 halves times 2 is 5. But I can't leave it that way. I've got to times 3 by 2. So, timing 3 by 2, this becomes a 4. That becomes a 5. This becomes a 4. And that becomes a 6. Okay, watch.
You times them by 2.
All I did, whoops, it doesn't want to stay there, sorry. Okay, all I did was times through by a 2. So after I got it balanced, then I just times everything through by 2 so we get rid of that fraction. I can't have a fraction in the final answer. So I times through by 2, and when I did that, I got that. Okay?
So you times it by 2 because
I can't keep the fraction. I can't have that 5 halves there.
so if you were to times it by 2,
So if I times it through by 2, we'll do this more next time. We'll do more of this next time. I don't expect you to have this done, okay? But I do want the other part done.
it would be 10 divided by 2.
Okay? I need to collect your calculators out here at the back, please. Please turn them off and put the cover on. Yes. After school? Yes. Okay, remember our tutor is coming Wednesday after school. Please use him or we'll lose him. Don't know. Alex, somebody from interstate. He needs syllabus hours to get into his master's program. He'll help any kid that comes. Awesome. See you. Don't forget tomorrow night. Okay. If you got any brothers or sisters, remind them first night is tomorrow night. Calculators. Just stand it up whose it is. Just stand it up I forget whose it is. Calculators.
Well, if you sort of close it.
Just rip the page out and put it in there. Or open it to that page and I'll get it. You know, there's actually some elastics in here. You keep using that and just elastic it open for me. That'll work. Or elastic it to that page so I can flip it real fast. Decided it would be easier. But yeah, but those right now are going for like $3. It's too much. Thank you, Stacey, to do that. I know you're not supposed to, I'm guessing.
No, he said it's okay every once in a while. Because the screw didn't go in this time. I kept pulling out. But he's the back and
What? Yuck! But this sounds gross and disgusting, I'm sorry.
The way we turn things in. So we just got there to work on it.
Yep, in your folder. Calculators. I still have 2 calculators out there.
my folder.
Yeah.
That's in the wrong one. I don't have to turn it in like right. So I turn the folder. It depends. Where do you want me to put them? Where's my
Calculator, no? The calculator?
upstairs?
Got it? Good job. Okay, see ya. Okay, you have one calculator and I've got one. I think that makes the group.